Hey there, it's me, Kathy. I had to use some salsa. So I bought some fresh salsa from Misfits Market a while back, and it was, getting kind of long in the tooth, so I had to use it. And today I'm going to use it, but I was inspired by that plus some other ingredients. I also had some salmon that I bought from Misfits Markets in my freezer. So what I decided to do was make a pan-seared Southwest salmon with a Southwest ranch macaroni salad to go with it. And we're gonna do that, and it's gonna be fun. We got corn, we got black beans, we got fresh cilantro, we got ranch seasoning, we got the salsa and all kinds of stuff, and let's have some fun. I'm working on our macaroni salad that's gonna go with our Southwest salmon. It's gonna be a Southwest macaroni salad. And the pasta is cooked, and I remembered that the key to seasoning a pasta salad or a potato salad is to season it while the pasta or potatoes are hot. So I've cooked some rotini, and when I drain it, I'm going to add in some fresh salsa that I bought from Misfits Market that I have to use, and that's the inspiration behind this pasta salad, and it's going to be really delicious. So stay tuned. The first thing we're going to do is make our dressing for our macaroni salad, and that requires some mayonnaise and an equal part sour cream. I kind of base this dressing on my traditional macaroni salad dressing, which uses sour cream and mayonnaise and lemon juice and all kinds of stuff. And we're gonna season that with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then our ranch seasoning. The recipe on the back, for if you wanted to make ranch dressing, requires 3 tablespoons and a cup of milk and a cup of mayonnaise, but I used the mayonnaise and sour cream. I'm not sure if we're gonna need to thin it out with milk or not, so that's in. That'll make it nice and ranchy, or raunchy, whatever you wanna call it. I'm also gonna pop in just a little bit of cumin and a little bit of chili powder, and we're gonna use these ingredients to rub our salmon with as well. And a little bit of smoked paprika and some fresh cilantro, and we're gonna whisk this together. Okay, it definitely needs some liquid. So what I did, because I had a whole bunch of limes as well from Misfits Market, is because I'm getting some new ones in my box tomorrow, I juiced them. So we're gonna add some lime juice to this, and a tiny splash of organic half and half, also from Misfits Market. And continue whisking till we get to the right consistency. Okay, our dressing is all mixed up. It's limey, it's ranchy, and it's a little bit smoky from the Southwest seasonings, and it's gonna make a great dressing for our pasta salad. Here we have our rotini that I cooked ahead, and it's mixed with the fresh salsa, as I mentioned. And now we're gonna add our vegetables. I have some onions, some celery, red onion and celery, and these are called candy cane peppers, and I grew them in my garden. So they're a little red and a little green, and they're not exactly sweet, but they're not exactly hot either. So I think they'll be perfect in here. And in they go, followed by some corn that's been cut off the cob. And some black beans that are rinsed and drained. And now we're gonna mix that up and dress it. Okay, we're all mixed up, we're pretty, we're colorful, and we're gonna get ready to dress it. And the reason I chose to do a ranch dressing is, number one, I had that ranch seasoning, but number two, the salsa said it was medium, but it was pretty hot. So the ranch is gonna cool it down some. So we're gonna pour that in. And let's see how we're doing. Okay, here it is, our Southwest rotini pasta salad. And we are gonna let that sit a while we prepare our salmon. And then we're gonna serve them together. And it's gonna be a very nice combination. I'm going to start by making our dry rub for our Southwest salmon. We're going to start with a little salt and pepper. And some chili powder. And some smoked paprika. Cumin. I like me some cumin. And garlic powder. Onion. And the remainder of our chopped fresh cilantro, because there wasn't much left. Blend them real well. Make a nice even spice. Then we are going to rub some of this on our salmon and let it set for a little bit before we cook it. Now, speaking of cooking it, I was going to grill this salmon, but the heat index is 109 degrees outside, so we're going to pan sear it instead in our nice air-conditioned house. We're going to rub just a little bit of oil on our salmon. Don't need a whole lot. Rub that on. And we're going to bring over our spice mix and sprinkle that on. And give that a rub. This fat piece we want to get onto the sides there, so. Okay, like I said, we're gonna let this sit for a little while and let those flavors melt into the salmon. And then we're gonna sear them up in a pan. It is time for us to cook our salmon. I have left it out of the refrigerator for about 10 minutes to sort of bring it up to room temperature. And just to make sure that we don't stick, I'm gonna spray with some Pam. And then we're gonna coat a little canola oil around this pan. You can use olive oil if you want, but canola has a higher smoking point, so, and we're going to cook this on a moderately high temperature. So that's why I chose the canola oil, and we're going to swirl that around. And when it gets shimmery, we're going to add in our salmon. Okay, we're shimmery, and I put a little something in there just to see if it was really hot. And we are going to place our salmon in this pan, skin side up. As you may remember, my burner is not evenly set. So we are going to let the salmon cook until it starts to turn white around the edges. And we're going to cook it most of the way through, and then we're going to top flip it over and make sure it's cooked all the way through. And while these cook, I want to make sure that we move them around a little bit, make sure that they're not sticking, which they are not, which is very nice. So we're going to keep going. Okay, our salmon is very nicely seared on one side. Whoop, flipping it over. So we're going to turn it over now and cook the other side. Look at that. Crispy and whoa. Very nicely done. And there's the other piece. And now we're going to reduce the heat a little bit, back down to medium. And that was about 4 minutes on medium high to get it to this point. And now we're going to go back down to medium and let it go for another 3 or 4 minutes until it's firm to the touch and cooked all the way through. Okay, our skin is sticky. And when our salmon is done, as you can see down at the skinny end, it's not sticking because that means that salmon is done at that end. So every once in a while, you just want to take a little, fish spatula and put it underneath and make sure that they're not stuck. But this guy I'm taking out because he's the smallest one. He looks like he's done. Okay, our first 2 pieces are done. And I'm still waiting for the fat piece to finish, but I just wanted to show you something in the meantime. When your salmon is done, the skin should peel right off. Just like that. Comes right off. If you don't like the skin, you can leave the skin on if you want to, but you don't have to, because when it's done, it peels right off. And peels right off. Wow, that one really came off. So when the last one is done, we're going to serve it up with our Southwestern Rotini salad, and it's going to look great and it's going to taste good. Our fat piece of salmon is taking forever, so I've decided to just show you what that's going to look like, or what that does look like when it's all done. And then you know how I like to pretty things up, so the first thing I'm going to do is take a lime, and I'm going to squeeze a little lime juice over our salmon. If I can get the juice to come out, it did. And then we're going to garnish it with a pretty little salmon ring. Or no, sorry, with a little ring of lime, not a salmon ring. We're going to garnish our salmon with a ring of lime. And hopefully we can get that one to stay on. And there is our beautiful Southwest salmon with our Southwest Rotini salad. And it's a great summer dinner. And I'm going to enjoy it. And I hope you make it, and I hope you enjoy it too. Thank you for joining me. And I want to show you this beautiful dish one more time. I love those lime rings. We used to serve salmon at Foodies every, I think it was Wednesday. We used to cook whole sides and just sell them by the pound, cut them up and sell them by the pound. But we would decorate them like that. And we did sell pan-seared salmon in the cold case and decorate it with lemons and stuff. But anyway, this inspiration came from a little jar of salsa that I had to use and some other stuff that I had kicking around, and I had a blast, and it's a delicious blast. So we're gonna be doing some more soon, and we'll see you then.